How does where we live affect how we live? Can we build a sense of community with bricks and mortar? SSHRC's funding for my master's thesis research means that the people of St. John's, Newfoundland can help me answer that question. St. John's may be perched on the very edge of a rock in the North Atlantic, but in many ways it's a lot like cities anywhere. We have a dense old downtown, we've got apartment buildings, older inner suburbs, and newer outer ones. We've got just under 200,000 people living in every type of neighborhood you can think of. So how do our neighborhoods shape our lives? There's more and more research out there about how the shape of our communities impacts our physical health. Some neighborhoods just make it easier to be active with things like crosswalks and destinations to bring us out of our homes. What about our social and our civic health, though? That's what my work is trying to measure. I'm looking to see if there's a relationship between the strength of our social networks and civic engagement and the built environment around where we live. To get there, I'm building a data set that combines two things: a survey of people's social lives and community participation, and an inventory of what you'd see in the built environment around where each of these respondents live. Are there benches? Big yards? Busy roads? Stores? Schools? Thanks to the magic of Google Street View, I can find this out quickly and easily. And when this project is done, I'll be able to say something about what kind of neighborhood nurtures engaged citizenship in the people who live there. Knowing more about these relationships really matters. It matters because for all the discussions happening about urban design and community building, there's surprisingly little hard data to work with. Design principles are often grounded in common sense and the experiences of people on the ground planning neighborhoods and putting up buildings. I'm keen to put some of these ideas under a microscope. The work that is out there also doesn't really touch on one key issue: self-selection. Do our neighborhoods shape us as citizens and as social actors, or do we choose our neighborhood because we already have a preference for the lifestyle it promises us? If you took a very engaged citizen and moved them to a different kind of neighborhood, would they stay engaged? By looking into the reasons behind people's choices of where to live, I hope to shed some light on that. In my own field, political science, things happening here at the municipal level all too often get skipped over as we hurry to understand federal legislation or international relations. Municipal policy isn't quite as sexy, but it makes a huge impact. If we think about it only as the day-to-day grind of fence lines and parking spaces, we miss the fact that it is municipal governments that, through land use regulations, technical manuals, and 1,000 other details, shape the spaces in which we live our lives as citizens. If there are ways to design for a healthier civic and social life, that is a conversation we all need to be having.